Back now with news about a serious problem in the U.S. military, sexual assault. Just yesterday, the Army filed charges against a brigadier general believed to be the highest-ranking officer in U.S. military history to face those kinds of charges. But in too many other cases, women who signed up to serve their country say they now feel betrayed. NBC's Natalie Morales talked to some of them in her report for tonight's Rock Center.
How many of you were raped while you were serving your country? How many of your assailants served prison time for your rape? How many of you felt like you were personally retaliated against? Wow. Show of hands almost says it all.
I knew joining the military was going to be a sacrifice. This wasn't the intended sacrifice that I was willing to make.
Last year, more than 3,000 service members reported sexual assaults. But according to the Department of Defense, the real number is closer to 19,000 because most victims don't come forward.
We have a moral duty.
Defense Secretary Leon Panetta says he's making this problem a top priority. His latest challenge, a sex scandal at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio. So far, 5 training instructors have been sentenced for sexual misconduct involving at least 44 women.
Does the military foster a culture right now that tolerates sexual assault?
As we learned from what happened at Lackland Air Force Base, is that there's a power game that can go on here that I think reflects sometimes what's happening in the society in general.
This has been a decades-long, though, problem. There's been scandal after scandal. You brought up Lackland Air Base. Do you view that as an isolated incident?
I think that the degree that we've seen at Lackland is probably something that unfortunately was particular there. But the reality is, when you've got 19,000 sexual assaults taking place, this is something that's happening elsewhere as well.
Despite everything you've gone through now, how many of you wish you could still serve your country? You have lost men and women who were willing to lay their lives on the line to serve their country and have been forced to pay a very high price for that.
I guess I want them to know that as difficult as their experience has been, that we're going to learn from that.
NBC's Natalie Morales reporting, and you can see much more on this topic tonight on Rock Center with Brian Williams, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, right here on NBC.